like to 200 would be you'd have a couple that might drop in around 3.5, but wouldn't go lower than that. And then you're going to have your high performers will be, you've got some of them that are around. You've got a good chunk that would be probably 20% of them will be around 9,000, and then you'll have some absolute monsters that it's not unheard of something to be at 11,000-12,000 members.
Okay, wow, that's helpful. So it's like the distribution in the membership curve. You're gonna get there's probably pretty chunky around that average. The bad tail, so the worst performing tail, it sounds like it's probably pretty small, but then the good performing tail is a little bit fatter. You'll have a higher percent that are kind of in that whatever top tier sort of bucket.
Yeah.
Is that a fair way to think about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Even with the Pure Gym portfolio, when it was around 150, 155 sites, there wasn't one that was EBITDA negative. Every single site was positive.
That's right. Were there how many of them were kind of close to just break even at 150 sites? Was it like less than 10 were kind of in that like barely marginally profitable? It
would be 10 and below. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. That's great. I mean, that's one of the things obviously gets me excited about the opportunity is the economics of the gyms are pretty good. It doesn't take much. It's hard to lose money unless you just choose really, really bad sites. But when you're this early in the white space, it's hard to screw up even the site selection process, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it, like you said, it literally is a real estate game. It's just finding the right size property and then putting it in there. Like these things, the systems and operations are so easy to run. They're so slick. They run themselves pretty much, and they just make money.
Yeah. Would you say Pure Gym and Gym Group are pretty rational in terms of their competition between each other? So all I mean by that is like, would you expect or normally see the case that Gym Group would purposely go open a gym like very close to a gym? Gym Group would open a site close to Pure Gym or vice versa, just to kind of steal their members and enter a market and make a big splash? Or do they typically kind of try to avoid each other? You have this portion of the city, I'll have this portion of the city, and we can both happily coexist.
Yeah, I think they've been very respectful in that regard, because I think what we've seen is where you've had a couple of other, I guess, more aggressive entrants into the market where they have tried that. There's another company called Exercise for Less, which have got about 40 or 50 sites. And they tried to do that and literally open up in spaces next door. And they went in at a lower cost option just to think, right, okay, price war will just literally pull people because they don't have to change like location. They can have the same facility, lower price. And all that did was both sites just got into a price reduction war. And all of a sudden it went from £15 to £12 to £9. And all of a sudden neither of them are winning, because then they get into a position where both can't operate at that cost to even make any profit. So I think both Gym Group and Pure Gym have been a bit savvy there, and they've just said, you know what, if you're opening one end of town, unless there's a big enough, I guess, Buxton data to represent the fact that there is an opportunity here for two to be next door to each other, we'll just go at the other end of town and we'll set up ourselves to success as well.
Interesting. Are those Exercise for Less guys still around, or have they run themselves out of business?
Their growth has just stagnated, and they've just kind of maintained sites that they had just in their own local areas. So I think after about 12 to 18 months of doing that, they just fell foul of it. So
interesting. Okay. So the other change that seems like it's going on at Gym Group, but as I understand it, it may have already happened at Pure Gym, is sort of another tiering of the membership base, right? So like Planet Fitness has Black Card and White Card. Black Card, it sounds like, is analogous to something you described earlier, where you have reciprocal gym membership benefits. I think you get maybe like locker room or permanent locker or whatever. There's a bunch of additional benefits you get for it. That membership costs $20. The basic membership costs $10. Planet Fitness has almost 60% of their members have opted in for Black membership now. So that's, even though they haven't raised pricing very much, that's been a huge benefit, right? Because they basically got people to self upgrade to a higher membership tier. As I understand it, Gym Group just recently launched, and